LaRue and I had been planning to go to Norway for a number of years. Since we didn't want to pack and unpack for 2 weeks, we decided to take a princess cruise. The ship carried 3,000 passengers. We enjoyed our mini suite very much. The piazza was the hub of the ship, with restaurants and lounges all around. There was always something to do. The Sky Princess was well laid out, and there was never a problem with lines. Whether you liked a small bar for playing games or a big show lounge, Princess had it all. Hey, with all the food, it's always nice to have a gym. After several days of touring in London, it's time to relax for a day. Tomorrow we're in port. So this morning we start off with a nice breakfast, cappuccino, croissants, eggs, whatever you want. Because Norway is mountainous and there are about 50,000 islands, people get from place to place with roads, tunnels, bridges, and ferries. With the wind and the rain, we didn't last long on the town. We took a quick walk and returned to the ship. Sailing in and out of the fjords was a feast for the eyes, and I stayed on the balcony for hours at a time making photos and videos. After visiting the church, we had to get back on the bus and head down to a very small ferry. Once we got to the other side, the roads became so small that at times cars would have to back up in order for us to get by. We came on the cruise to see one spectacular view. Today we could go home, mission accomplished. We went directly to the skylift. It was only a short bus ride away. We encountered a cool mountain breeze as soon as we stepped off the lift. The clouds caught the wind and blew around us. A curtain would part and reveal the ship in the distance, and then the fjord would disappear. What we saw one moment was suddenly gone, but our attention was diverted as the mountains peeked through the mist, showing off the bright blue skies surrounding the patches of snow still lingering from last winter's snowstorm. What we thought would be an hour's visit turned out to be a 2-hour event. I just can't find words to describe the beauty we saw. Norway is a very walkable city. Warehouses that line the river might have been torn down in times past, but are now lovely condos, small businesses, and quaint restaurants. When the sun shines, patrons are only too happy to fill the tables that spill onto the sidewalks. Make no mistake, I can always find a bakery. We were amazed to find such a thriving town north of the Arctic Circle. The North Cape is supposed to be the most northern point in Norway, but we found out through the excursion desk that the monument is a little off. Since this is the site of the official marker, this is where everyone goes to make their pictures. I got up at 11:50 and went out on the deck to make pictures of the midnight sun in Norway. Because Tromsø is a city north of the Arctic Circle, many tourists began their Arctic adventures here. After a short visit to the city center, we took a bus out to the Arctic Cathedral and the cable car. The views from the mountaintop were terrific. I had hoped for clear skies, but it was a little cloudy. There were a lot of paths and we wandered around for about a half hour before returning to the ship. We were planning to take a bus back to the city center from the cathedral, but we had no Norwegian currency and couldn't get on the bus. We walked 3 miles back to the shuttle bus. Surrounded by shimmering waters, lush islands, and towering fjords, Allison could hardly be in a more picturesque location. The Art Nouveau city center is beautiful. Rebuilt after a fire destroyed much of the town in 1904, architects collaborated to create a city worthy of being called the most beautiful city in Norway. We took a motor train to an overlook. With so many expansive vistas, it was good that we were on the train. If not, I might be sitting on a ledge as the sun faded over distant mountains speckled with melting snow while our ship sailed away. Strolling the narrow cobblestone streets provided surprise after surprise as architectural gems slowly revealed themselves in vibrant colors. Bergen was on our minds Thursday morning. We got up early so we wouldn't have to wait in line at the funicular. Thankfully, we beat the tour buses from the ship. If it had been raining, I think I might have had to compromise and join the group. The views from the top of the mountain were spectacular, even though the skies were cloudy. Since Norway gets over 200 days of rain a year, we were lucky to be dry. Homes dotted the hills and the islands that surrounded the city. They ranged from lovely mansions to apartments. The wharf area in Bergen was built after the Great Fire in 1702. It is on the UNESCO World Heritage List. I can always find a bakery. We stopped mid-morning and had a sweet roll. The harbor area is bustling with buses, cars, pedestrians, and boats. As we walked the narrow streets back to the ship, we could hear laughter flowing from bars and restaurants. Balconies were filled with plants and people. Somehow we were beginning to understand. It seemed the Norwegians had found a way to have their cities and towns and enjoy the natural beauty just outside their doors.